Hello, what ifus? This is James. Carly Carmine has graced us with her fortune ladies, and it is time to review her offerings. And we will begin with actually her event drops because all of this is of a piece. I think that Carly's drops and actually her giveaway cards are much better than, say, Duel or even Callan was. Fortune ladies feel like a force, beginning with Fortune Lady Light. This card's attack and defense are equal to its level times 200 during each of your standby phases. Increase the level of this card by 1, max 12. So all of them do that. They all increase their attack and defense by varying amounts and increase their level once per each of your standby phases. When this card is removed from the field by a card effect, you can special summon one Fortune Lady monster from your deck. So we know this with Future Vision that Carly is keeping for herself. Future Vision's Fortune Lady field spell. When a monster's normal summon removed from play, that monster during the next standby phase of the controller who summoned that monster return to the field in face-up attack position. Obviously, this is what you want. Goofs up all of your opponent's normal summons. And it empowers the search card of your deck. Amazing! We're not getting it. Konami will probably sell it to us. But there are other ways to utilize Fortune Lady Light. That is future. It's one of her level up traps, and then also polymerization. You can normal summon Fortune Lady Light, Miracle Fusion, polymerization, Fortune Lady Light away. Get your Elemental Hero monster, and then get another Fortune Lady. Fortune Lady Earth has a weak burn effect, and it is the buffest Fortune Lady. Level times 400 for the attack. I think this is the one that gets neglected in the TCG, but right now we need all the fortune we can scrape together. And then Fortune Lady Wind, level times 300 attack and defense. When this card is normal summon, you can destroy a number of spell or trap cards your opponent controls equal to the number of face-up Fortune Lady monsters you control, not other Fortune Lady monsters. Now, looking at this lineup, we have Light, Earth, Wind, and we're getting Water from her level up cards. Water is a little draw engine. It's hard not to fixate on what we are not getting. Future Visions, and also Fortune Lady Fire. When this is special summoned by a Fortune Lady card, select an opponent's monster and destroy it, and inflict burn damage equal to just equal to the destroyed monster's attack. OMG. This might be a little too powerful for Duel Links, but if we did have either of those two cards, Fortune Ladies would obviously be meta. As it stands now, we gotta work for it. The lesser traps, Time Passage, increase level by 3. I like that this is a quick play spell. If it wasn't, I would say that it's garbage, but it's, a quick little, battle trap. And then you can also use it for Xyz summoning or synchro summoning if you plan ahead for the growth of your Fortune Ladies. Fortune Lady Earth is going to be 6 and then 7. And then, you can use Time Passage to make her 3. Okay, that's not a great example. But or Fortune Lady Wind is going to be 3 and then 1. And then you can make her a 7. And then you can summon a 1. And then you can synchro Shokan into Star Duster. Inherited Fortune, special summon from the hand. I don't like this. And Fortune Lady Rewind, target any number of your banished Fortune Lady monsters with different names. Special summon them, but shuffle them into the deck during the end phase. You can only activate one Fortune Lady Rewind per turn. This is okay. So we're gonna need all of these for our fortune to fill up our Fortune Lady deck. Time Passage is okay. Rewind is okay. Inherited Fortune is bad. Because it's not even a Fortune Lady card that can, get the special something by Fortune Lady effects off. So don't use that one. All right, on to Carly herself. She brings a number of skills. She brings, so I was hyperventilating at the thought of Catablepus and the Bad Witch. When your opponent special summons a monster, you can remove from play one monster with question mark attack from your graveyard. Destroy that special summoned monster. But then I went back and thought about it, and I thought, it needs to already be on the field, and then your opponent special summons, and it needs setup. So it's a little bit less hyperventilating James. I still really like this just because of, yes, it needs the setup, but the payoff is worth, right? The payoff is worth. As soon as you see Red Eyes, gone, boom. As soon as you see Umas, gone, boom. Just like any big monster, really. If there's a Kettle Leplas, it does not get through, assuming that there's materials in the graveyard. Which is why you'll want to use Fortune Lady Rewind. All right, so we're getting 3 Kettle. We're getting 3 Fortune Lady Water. Special summon while you control a face-up Fortune Lady except Fortune Lady Water. Draw 2 cards. In my research, this is staple in the TCG. I don't know if it will be staple in Duel Links, because again, what everybody seems to forget is that this is not the TCG, and in Duel Links we have smaller decks, but we also have smaller hands. So the extra 2 we will be very grateful for. So NVM. I just don't know if it'll be as core because, with 20 cards, you'll need to dig through your deck as much as with 40 cards. So maybe just the beat stick Fortune Lady Earth. Catoblepas. Enlightenment. You cannot summon the turn you activate this card. Activate at the end of the damage step if a spellcaster type monster you control is attacked and destroyed. An opponent's monster by battle. This monster can attack again immediately. Garbage! Or is it? Alright, we'll need to take a look at the skills. So I think we're getting 3 Enlightenment. 3 of that. 3 of that. Oh yeah, here we go. Slip of Fortune. Activate only when your opponent's monster declares an attack targeting a monster. Negate the attack and remove from play the attack target monster until the standby phase. So in lieu of Future Fusion, Future Fortune, Fortune Vision, Fortune Fusion, I'm going to mess all of that up. Come see me on stream. All right, anyway, in lieu of this, we're going to be using probably this and also mystical, the Kaiba card, the Kaiba banishing card that level 40 Carly has instead of Future Visions. Did I say that right? Whatever. The field spell. Instead of the field spell, we'll be using Slip of Fortune and this card to remove the Light Lady from the field and then special summon another thing. I think a better approach would be something with polymerization because this is slow and requires the opponent to do stuff. Time pass. Okay, so we're not the skills. So fortunately, Water. Yeah, we're getting all the enlightenments and some nice gems. Okay, Bending Destiny. So here's our one-ofs. If the only face-up monsters you control are Fortune Lady monster, you can activate this card, negate the activation of spell or trap or normal summon of a monster, and remove that card from play. The card removed from play by this effect is returned to its opponent's hand during the end phase. Since I'll probably want the Bad Witch in my deck, I probably won't be using this one-of, but you never know. Maybe. Like, Champion's Vigilance has clutched out some good footage for me, so maybe Bending Destiny can. And also, Fortune Vision, my favorite. This is like one of my favorite card arts, and I'm so glad that we're getting it. And I don't even mind that it has, the Yu-Gi-Oh cards in them because they've transformed them. I don't like that. I don't like seeing the Yu-Gi-Oh cards in the Yu-Gi-Oh cards because it's too meta. When this card is activated, you can add 1 Fortune Lady card from your deck to your hand once per turn. If a card you control, so it pays for itself immediately. Once per turn, if a card you control is banished by card effect, except during the damage step, you can activate this effect. This turn, monsters you control cannot be destroyed by card effects. Once per turn, if a card your opponent controls is banished by card effect, except during the damage step, you can make the next battle you take. This turn becomes 0. Wow, that's a lot of stuff. But what this makes me want, I just want Future Vision more. Okay, we have Future Vision and Fortune Vision. I think I can remember that. I am looking towards a future of Future Vision. There. Okay, the skill. So she gets these immortal... and she gets the Asla Piscu card. Reveal 1 to 3 Earthbound Immortals in your hand. So this is not terrible if you already have a monster on the field and you have Earthbound Immortal in your hand. Boom, token, tribute for Earthbound Immortal. That's okay. what's good about it is it's getting you to the Earthbound Immortal. It's not once you control it, it does things. It like gets you to the status that's difficult. This is garbage. Future Fortune. As long as you control 2 or more Fortune Lady monsters, you can view the top card of both players' decks. We already have this. It's called Prescience, and I think it lets you view both player. Ishizu can view both players' top cards until the 5th turn, something like that. But it doesn't have any activation requirement, so I like that better. All right, Fortune Overclock. Select 1 Fortune Lady monster you control. That monster's level becomes equal to the current turn count at the end of the turn. The monster's level becomes equal to its original level. So, remember when we said Enlightenment was useless, or was it? Enlightenment, cheesy OTK with Fortune Lady Earth. She can do big damage, she can destroy the 1 monster, and then do lethal. 12 times 4 is 48. So, Fortune Lady Earth. Enlightenment, Fortune Overclock. That's a YouTube deck. I don't mind that. As long as there's a use. The thing is, it doesn't have to be, like, a stunning, meta-defining skill. It just needs to have a use. Select 1 Fortune Lady monster you control and excavate the top card of your deck. If the excavated card is a monster, the selected Fortune Lady's monster level increases by the level of the excavated monster permanently. Then return the excavated card to the top of your deck. This skill can only be used once per turn and twice per duel. This is a drop skill, and this is probably the skill that you want. You can make your Fortune Ladies nice and beefy. And again, if you control the levels of the monsters in your deck, you can plan out a Synchro Shokan. What was that? That was Fortune Telling, generic skill. Fortune Booster. At the beginning of your turn, increase the level of all Fortune Lady monsters you control by 1. This is her level up skill from level 4. And this one's good. You get it for free. It's not as good as the drop one. That's fair. But it's usable. So thanks, Konami. Level Augmentation, Power of Dark, Restart, Seal of the Immortal. Earthbound Immortals cannot be destroyed by their own effect. Yeah, I don't like that one. I don't like that one at all. And then Time Passage. Select 1 Fortune Lady monster you control. Its level is increased by 3 until the end of the turn. It can only be used once per turn, twice per duel. It is a replacement for the Quick Play spell card, so it's not terrible. Unlike the Jubel level up skills, which were just bad, just really. Okay, what do you have? He had level 20 Neos Guard. Okay, your normal Neos can't die. Okay, we already had that one, and then the level 1, a new power. Yeah, that's just not good. Carly's are fine. The level up skills aren't great, but they're usable and they feed into her theme. I like that a lot. And finally, Earthbound Immortal, Asla Piscu. There can only be 1 Earthbound Immortal monster in the field. There is no face-up field spell card on the field. Destroy this card. Your opponent cannot target this card for attacks. When this card can attack your opponent directly. When this face-up card leaves the field, except by its own effect. Destroy as many face-up monsters your opponent controls as possible, and if you do, inflict 800 damage to your opponent for each monster destroyed. So, another one for the future vision. Normal, you have the field spell, the synergy is beautiful. You have the field spell, normal summon, it gets banished, blow up your opponent's board, 800 to 2400 damage depending. They probably can't recover. And then attack for lethal. Mwah! Mwah! Future vision. Please. But we'll have to use... was it? Dimensional... This one. This is the one. Target 1 face of monster you control. Banish that target until the end phase. And then, that's the synergy. But it's not a field spell. I need a field spell that does it. And that's, 1 fewer card. Regardless, I am happy. I like Carly and her available cards a lot. It's a lot better than Yubel. It's a lot better than Jesse was when he first came. Thank you for watching.